The Union Army under General Grant was to capture Vicksburg. They could literally split the Confederacy in two and stop commerce along the Mississippi. So psychologically, these pressures to Vicksburg were weighing on the people of the South. Economically too, because if you cut the Confederacy in two, stop commerce along the Mississippi, the finances start to drying up. The implications of an economy going awry could have some just deadly outcome for the South. So financially, the South was kind of worried about their economy. Now in the North, there were some conditions that made invasion ripe too. The Northern people, at least the Southern commanders and Jefferson Davis, realized that the Northern people were probably wanting to end this war even more than the Southern people. They were getting sick and tired of it because they're seeing no light at the end of the tunnel. They were promised a short war. It's dragged on for now about 2 years, a little over 2 years, and the people of the North are not having victories on a battlefield like they expect. And that translates to a lot of disgust and a lot of desire to end the war. Let the South go in peace. They'll be back in a couple of years. That's what some of the people in the North would say. And when an army is brought together by a commander, he's ready to do one thing. He's ready to fight a battle. He wants all his forces available to him, not scattered out. So on June 30th, we can see that General Lee knew battle was imminent somewhere in the near future by concentrating his troops. Meanwhile, the Union Army is now down right on the border of Pennsylvania, only about 8 miles away. And if you look at some of the reports that are coming out of the Union Army, General Meade, the new Union Army commander, knows battle's imminent too. He almost knows pretty much by relying mostly on local newspapers where the Confederate Army is. He reads a newspaper that the Confederate Army's over by Shippensburg, which is not too far from Cashtown. So he's got an idea they're to the northwest, and he knows that they're not too far away. Confederate forces are going to eventually get up and drive General Buford's men off and some infantry soldiers of the First Corps off that high ground. That's Oak Hill. Oak Hill is pretty high ground, not higher than it is now because they had to build the memorial there and they had to level it out a little bit. But it was very even on top, nice even top hill, high ground, nice and even. It had some nice gentle slopes. It had a great field of fire. It was one of the most ideal artillery platforms that you can have. Whoever sticks cannons up there has got a good view of the town of Gettysburg, of any battle lines that are set up, and Confederate forces are eventually going to put their cannons up on Oak Hill, move them from Her Ridge down 3 miles away from town, and stick them right here on Oak Hill. Now keep in mind, once you put cannons right up there on Oak Hill, what do you suppose those guns can do to the Union line, the First Corps that's now setting up? They can bombard almost straight down the line. That's called enfilading fire. They can enfilade the line right down with fire.